Hello, this is Benjamin Bass with Insider Travel Report. Pleased to be sitting across from the General Manager of FCC Angkor by Avani. Mr. Jacques Perret. Jacques, how are you today? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for experimenting the hotel. Coming along, it's a long journey for you. Very happy to have you here and very happy to share experience and story of the hotel with you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being here. Let's hop right in. So, FCC Angkor by Avani has a unique history. It was in previous residence of the French governor and then later became the Foreign Correspondents Club. How does the resort both honor its heritage while providing modern luxuries to the guests?
So historically, yes, was a residence. Some people say it was a consulate at some point because Phnom Penh was taking over historically and so on with the war and so on. We bought the hotel in 2011 and for 6 to 7 years we ran the hotel as it was. So we had 24, 35 rooms, each charged definitely years on years, and we keep upgrading the existing hotel. But in 2018, the owner with the management team said we definitely need to move on to upgrade the hotel because the world is changing, the needs is changing, and the wish of the guests traveling need a bit more than an historical old hotel. So we decided to renovate in 2018, finishing 2019, and 3 months before COVID actually we reopened. Being historical is something very strong that we wanted to keep, and the wife of the owner bought this hotel. Together they bought this hotel because they wanted to keep the history of the hotel. Was their bigger wish to actually work out around the history of the hotel. So we scrap everything. We keep only the wall, and we actually renovate everything. Air conditioning was one of the main things because it's between 25 on winter season, we can call winter season in Cambodia, to 35, 38, 40 degrees on a very hot summer. So air conditioning was something to implement for, of course, the quality of stay of the guest. Piping system, water system, treatment system of the water, and get the comfort of a five-star hotel. So this was a bit of the background. Then we also thinking of solar panel now to install this year and so on. So we keep upgrading the hotel with a new facilities that the world actually can provide, and the new generation of technology. Wi-Fi was also something, but inside the room, we keep the tiles, we keep the copper color and copper aspect of the bathroom. We have a typewriter for every room. The wood, which has been all coming from Cambodia, the type of chairs, the bedding, which the mattress is actually much upgrading from before, but the bed aspect, look and feel is actually historical. So all these different things. So we upgrade, let's say, the software, but the hardware, the building, the decoration, everything has been searching in the country, find everything in Cambodia, and giving the aspect of this hotel never changed. But now we give the comfort, so we have a bit of USB now, we have a bit of Wi-Fi, the swimming pool is a salt treatment swimming pool and is not chemical anymore. We're having a huge impact of sustainability, especially with minor, and great help of minor. We don't do chemical spray anymore for mosquito, but we have organic one. We have the mosquito spray that you receive when you arrive in hotel. It's organic, natural sourcing here. 99% of what we're doing is all sourcing from Cambodia. there will be some of the things that we can't find here for the quality of the stay or the food or the beverage, like wine. They don't produce wine, so we need to buy wine. But we produce our own gin, 25 kilometers from there. We produce our own vodka for the cocktail. We produce everything we can produce ourselves is from us. 99%, we don't use plastic anymore and so on. But 99% of our suppliers are compliant to our standard quality, hygiene, and so on. So we keep the history in details, but we upgrade with every single 2025 standard of rules, regulation, hygiene, organic, sustainability of the hotel. Because we want to provide, and this is the most important, the quality of stay of a 5-star hotel, but in a very complete historical building history, keep this history of the country, the hotel, the city, the location. So yes, pool has been changing, spa has been upgrading. We didn't have a spa before. The size of the room was 25 square meter, now is between 35 and 60 square meter. Air conditioning, the doors has been upgrading, and with different things have been upgrading for the comfort of the guests who's staying with us.
Dining, of course, is a crucial element here at the FCC Angkor by Avani. What are some of the unique culinary experiences that guests can look forward to both at the mansion and at Scribed?
Yes, I think the most famous things in FCC was the cuisine and the restaurant. Dining in a historical building was very famous in FCC. Some people know the FCC because of the restaurant and not because of the hotel. So we're still getting 50% of our guests who actually 100% of the guests in house eating with us at least once or twice during their stay, but 50% of our total number of guests coming from outside the club and experiment. Wow. So we used to have an extensive menus. We used to have different cuisine from around Asia to showcase, and some of the different culture wanted to eat this or eat something else. We redefined our restaurant. So we have one restaurant, used to be the French Restaurants Club. Two different ambience. Of course, the breakfast, I won't talk too much about breakfast, but breakfast, we have on low season a la carte breakfast to reduce waste, and everything is fresh. And on high season, we have a buffet. We have 3 different terraces, so we give very different aspect, very different ambiance for the guests to eat in the front of the building, on the back of the building, different terrace, inside the restaurant. On hot season, we have air conditioning restaurant and so on, so this has been upgraded. And we still got the historical bar on the front, so it looks a bit like a clubhouse. But it's definitely, we have been keeping 95% of the restaurant. For lunch and dinner, since we wanted to give the historical part for our guests, we create 2 different menus, 2 different ambience. During the day would be a bit more green, following the garden, the lighting, everything. It's open in our restaurant. On very hot season, we can close it, and of course having the air conditioning and so on. But we have terraces completely open air and so on. They get the vibes of a lunchtime being in a French Restaurants Club. You have a cuisine from everywhere on the lunch, light, organic. We have vegetarian option, vegan option. So it's a bit of a branch menu on the lunch, with very different option from Asian to Western. But dinner, it's a high elevated cuisine. We have twice a week the Apsara traditional show dance. And then on the dinner with our fantastic building, we have a menu with 3 choices. Of course, we have the Western option. Then we're using the product from Cambodia. So for example, we will have a shrimp soup or scallops soup, avocado, Western style, and then we would be using beef or duck for the main course, or fish from here, but Western cuisine for the people who, after 3, 4, 5 days, 1 week in Asia, want something Western. We will have the Cambodian discovery with all the products that have been sourcing from Cambodia, and then it's Cambodian style, but elevated cuisine. And then we have the vegan vegetarian option. The menu changes every 6 weeks, 45 days, because guests staying about 3 to 4 days. We have a lot of returning guests, so we need to change also our cuisine. It's a complete experience to come, because it's first you're entering in an historical building. Secondly, you're having a very different atmosphere than any restaurant in the city. You have a great view over the river. I think we are the first and only restaurant overlooking the river, which is now is a great location, lighting, look and feel, and so on. We have uniform from historical, with the historical color and everything, and we have a bit more copper color on the dinner, which respecting the restaurant look and feel. And we wanted to create the best menu every 45 days for the guests to experiment some local delicacy produced by farmers, by people, local community, and so on. In a sense of we wanted to work with the community, to develop them, and buying their product instead of buying everything imported. So from the wine to the aperitif to our local gin to our bar situated in the front side, then we will talk later about it. The people get the experience of discovering the product, the team who's serving them, and so on, and the description. Because the Cambodian cuisine is actually very elevated. It could be very elevated. There is some fantastic restaurant in Siem Reap and in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, but you just need to be showcased to the guests. We have very good organic farm. We have very good organic vegetables. We have fantastic, they produce chocolate in Cambodia. So we having, I think, 95% of everything in this country. But people tend to, okay, if they want beef, they will buy from another country if they want it. But you have fantastic product here. You just need to find out who's doing what to get this in a restaurant. We prefer to focus on quality, 3 different menus, then you can be flexible on the main course and on the starter and so on to adapt to the guests, to the wish, or working on flexibility, but having a bit less dishes selection, but having the best quality of it and the best freshness of it, than working on a huge menu and having a huge stock of food, and then we can propose everything because everything is or frozen or you can keep longer and so on. We prefer to work on freshness, daily income of products, sourcing the best product, and working with seasonals. That was our thing. So we redefined our restaurant. We wanted to be much more elevated in terms of quality, but still keeping a good value for money, and everyone with every budget could come and experience FCC. I think we are on the middle range of the price of the 5-star hotel here, because our menu starts at $39 net, including VAT and service charge, and goes to $49 for a 5-course dinner. 2 times a week you have the Absaradan show in front of you also, which is free of charge, and people can join Tuesday and Friday. And we have much more coming up as events and so on. So we wanted to really be quality, sustainable, working with local community and people, create a story for the guests with our product, our farmer, our producer of vegetables and so on.
Wonderful. The resort is also known as a destination for wellness and relaxation, particularly with the Lisana spa and saltwater pools. How do some of these treatments and programs reflect local healing practices or traditions?
We have been developing, since we have the spa, which has been on the break of the hotel again. We have 4 treatment rooms. We also getting a lot of good things from minor, because they have a lot of practitioners coming for training our team from around Asia. So we actually offer a lot of things to our guests. what we offer differently than maybe some other country is we have a monk from the pagoda coming every morning. So usually the people that don't want to talk with them, or they are a bit scared, shy, and so on, they can talk with them and so on. In FCC, you can almost every morning you can discuss with a monk coming in our hotel, sitting with him, asking questions, talking about everything, because of course the monk is also aware that people will have some different questions, different culture, different aspects, different religion, and so on. So the Buddhism here is more about respect. It's a religion, but it's also a lifestyle. I need to say. So we having this cultural part. We also invite the guests to go in pagoda, discover the things, having yoga class. So this is more about the culture, the spirituality of the culture in Cambodia. We have all the spa treatment that we can also do for the guests, but we have also all the new sport, Pilates, yoga, gym. We have teachers of different sport coming. We have a gym at the hotel. We have a garden here. We have rice field experience for all this program that we offer. So we have a very large section who can benefit to every guest. Mainly, I will say the first priority of the guests is to discover, of course, the culture of Cambodia by the temple. The second thing is the cuisine of Cambodia, and then the third part is the Buddhism, the spirituality, and so on. So we propose, let's say, 90% of the wish of the guests. There is very, very unusual circumstances, and the guests asking, can you provide this? Which we say, oh no, we don't know, or we have no idea, or we don't practice this here. Here we have every single people who can provide different services here.
And art as well. You have recently launched the Christian Liberté Gallery. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that collaboration was like and what guests can hope to expect with this new artistic edition?
Since the beginning, we didn't have any art gallery here. We didn't have any space for it. And then on the renovation, we created this building that we wanted to showcase. We developed with, of course, Christian Liberté, the art. There is a lot of artists here in Cambodia. Because they are very good on producing things, on developing it in a hard direction. Because I think the cultural way and the base is they are farming rice and producing things. And the second thing that they could do is actually they are very good with their hand. They can produce a lot of things here with wood, with different materials of it. So we had few different things in the city, like Artisan Tonkor and different artists. And Christian Liberté come because he get this inspiration. He's actually living in Siem Reap, spending 70% of his time here, 30% in Bangkok, and going around the world. But I think the artist is actually getting the inspiration here because of the temple, the city, the cultural things, the face of the people, the way that they live, and so on. So in FCC has been since historical. We have been really trying to develop. So we have few galleries. We have one gallery that we changing every 3 months with artists, trying to develop artists who got something to show, something to develop, something new, something for the guests to discover. We have Christian Liberté in front of our hotel, who's got a gallery. We have also now an artist who's producing clothes, because ladies, and we have actually different artists who's producing clothes, ladies and men's, who producing clothes. We are very famous artists doing some now some shows and everything. So we have a clothes one, and we having a little shop who's we put every single elevated creation from Cambodia. It going from the rum from Samai, the gin from Seekers, the different perfume, the different essence, the different product from spa. We having the clothing, we having souvenir shop, and everything is all in one shop. So the people can actually come to us in a hotel or visit our boutique and get in one shop, let's say 90% of what is produced in Cambodia by the people.
We've mentioned it a few times already, but sustainability is, of course, something that is becoming increasingly important to travelers. How has the FCC Angkor by Avani incorporated some sustainability practices, and what are some of its hopes for the future?
To start with, the beginning is our company Minor has a huge importance, and I think it's the best company who's pushing for sustainability in the world. I've been working for different companies, but Minor is really into details. We're having a certification which we are now gold on the Green Globe. It's an international certification. Auditors coming and check absolutely everything in the hotel. We have been 3 years ago with the management team going through all the checking process from the guest to the checkout. We actually again implemented new things this year. We having solar panel. It's a huge challenge. We having electric car to become the guest at the airport and coming back here. So we're doing much more, but we have been analyzing what we have been doing since the checking of the guests to the checkout, from the amenities, the product, the food, the beverage, all our spirit, our eco spirit, which has been developing by a Singaporean company, all the chemicals that we're using when we have to use. I explained to you one of the things. When we've got waste, because we don't have plastic anymore, everything coming in a plastic basket and so on, no more packaging and so on. When we're having a waste in a restaurant, 75 to 80% of our waste about the food goes to a pig farm. The eggs, for example, is cage-free, so it's no chicken as we might see in Europe and so on. All the vegetables are organic, sustainable, certificate, with a certification and so on. The water bottling we're doing ourselves in a hotel, so we having central water, everything. The same as some other hotel here. Even the chemical that we're using for the laundry and so on are all certified sustainable. Treatment of the water. So we're taking every single department, every single thing that we're doing, every single thing that we buy need to be local sourcing and follow our rules and regulations and so on to become the most green hotel in Siem Reap. It's one of my biggest wish. For example, you will get macaron when you arrive in Amenities in Europe. You will get chocolate on the tendon, which is produced from vertically here in Cambodia, producing by us. We don't buy chocolate outside of the country. You will get mosquito, like a survival kit with the mosquito spray is producing here in Siem Reap, 20 kilometers from here. The amenities from shampoo, shower gel and everything is producing in Siem Reap with the local community. Every single thing, 99% of the things are sourcing locally, country, and when we can't find it here, it's from Asia. There is nothing that we're getting here, which probably from France. I'm thinking of one thing who might come from France is the oyster on the seafood buffet. When we're doing Christmas and New Year, we got people expecting seafood from Europe, but the rest is coming from Japan. A part of the oyster is maybe one thing, but the rest of it is actually the sourcing all from Cambodia. And even the uniform for the guests, for the team, the uniform is a tailor who is in Siem Reap, is not in Phnom Penh, is in Siem Reap, who is is produced by a local community.
Well, speaking of locality, of course, Angkor Wat is just 15 minutes away from the resort. How does FCC Angkor by Avani help guests plan and enhance their trips to this iconic destination?
We have a fantastic location. I think this is our best thing that we have in hotel. We are the only hotel situated by the river, 300 meters from the city center and 3 kilometers from the Angkor Temple. So when the people, let's say a normal journey for a guest, they will book, which we will take them from the airport coming here. The first day they will start to plan, start to organize their trip. The normal journey will be 1 day tour in visiting the temple, usually Angkor Wat, Angkor Thom, Thap Rom, Bayot. 4 temple on the first day, 2 options, or they leave at 4:30 in the morning, or they leave at 8-9 o'clock after the breakfast, sunrise on the sunrise, and then if they don't do sunrise, they will do the sun down in the temple. There's few options about it. We actually doing new things. Some people can do by motorbike, Vespa or electric one. They can do by Jeep, which is a bit discovery things. They can do by bicycle, electric bicycle. So we have different options. We have been creating our own tailor-made program. When the people can choose. So the first day and the most important things is visiting the temple. Tour guide, transportation, temple pass, and then they go. 6 to, let's say, 5 to 7 hours will be a normal day for them. Then they come back. Then usually a spa, a tour in the city, discovering something else, relaxing also because 6 hours in the temple with the heat, with the humidity, so for some of them is tiring, of course. Dinner here, hotel or outside. Usually the first dinner is usually at the hotel, relaxing and resting. And then the next day there is few different options. They will go to visit some more temple. They will go to the waterfalls, Kulen Mountain. Then they will associate Bante Srey, Bante Kadai, Bang Melia, and maybe some other temple. And then they will say, okay, 2 days. In 3 or 4 days, then they stay in hotel. It's fine. Then they will probably go museum. They will go circus. We have a fantastic circus here with a local community, which is a part of Cercle du Soleil. They are working with them very closely. They will discover the night market, the artisan d'Angkor, the art and craft different shop. Some of them will go to do another activity. Restaurant on the middle of the rice field. What they will do, what they usually do, going in food, street food, discover the street food next to the night market. And then it goes very fast because people usually stay 3 nights to 4 nights, 1 day, 2 days temple, another day was doing different things, so relaxing, a spa. Of course, they usually people doing this. And then it's time to go back and discover another country because they associate usually Cambodia with Vietnam or Bangkok or Laos, depending on the flight, the season and so on. But usually they start by Vietnam, they go in Cambodia and they go back to Vietnam, or they fly from Bangkok and go back in Bangkok, or start by Cambodia and then go and following by Bangkok. They also, some of the guests follow by Phnom Penh, or the south of Cambodia, visiting an island, so cultural for 3-4 days, and then beach for 3-4 days. So it depends on the guest, but usually 1 or 2 days temple, few hours of activities, and relaxing part, like 30% and 30%. The first things I think, I've been working 20 years in hospitality, and the most important thing for me is the people feel home and the people go back like we were a part of the family. The team is incredible in FCC. They're taking care absolutely in the best way to the guests. We are luxury, but we want the guests to feel really at home. We're taking care of them. We are very flexible. We're organizing amazing for them. So they want a fantastic impression of being relaxed, having a cultural aspect, discovering also an hotel, because FCC by Havani is very different than any other hotel. So there is a historical part, there is a cultural part, there is people in Cambodia, fantastic people, always with a smile, very generous. The food, and then when they go back, they usually said we wanted actually to stay more. I wish then we can contribute to passing the message that Cambodia is not only for 3 or 4 days, it could be also for 7 days or 2 weeks, actually, as their own country to actually visit the entire country, because there is much more to see in this country and not only Siem Reap. Siem Reap, of course, is fantastic, it's a must, but I hope when the guests leaving, they wish to come back and having the same hospitality again here in FCC.
Well, Ishak, thank you so much for your time, your incredible hospitality. This has been an incredible time at FCC Angkor by Havani. Once again, this is Benjamin Bass at Insider Travel Report. Thank you and have a great day.